CREWCast. 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 Give it up for the CREWCast!
Happy freaking New Year.
Yeah.
2023.
Time to attack.
Did you rave it up? Did you party hard? Have you got a hangover?
I fell asleep at 11:45.
Yeah, I fell asleep at 11 o'clock. New Year's meant nothing to us.
No.
Zero. Yeah. How many of you did the same? Because everyone I was asking, anyone, what are you doing this year? Everyone was like, nothing.
Yeah.
Nobody did a thing. I got sick.
Yeah.
Super sick.
That's,
I made it through Christmas
I suppose.
and then died. All because of people. This is why I don't like people.
When you got to socialise, they spread the diseases.
They did. That's exactly what happened. So I was around people, and people gave me people things and made me people-y.
Yeah.
And people-y meant sore throat, like, honestly, like razor... Like, I don't want to say razor blades, because I feel like people have been tortured with razor blades, and I'm doing them a disservice when I say my sore throat felt like razor blades. So I'm reducing it to sandpaper, because that's legit what it felt like.
Yeah.
You know when you have to brace yourself to swallow? I was at that stage where you would spit rather than swallow. Way!
Oh, there you go. Demonetised straight away.
Yeah, they can't demonetize for that. That's innuendo. So yeah, I got sandpaper throat, and then my sinuses, which you might still be able to hear, just got fully like gridlocked. So it's fun.
Yeah. Mine wasn't that eventful. I didn't. Well, actually, I went and saw Tyler, who everyone should know, but they don't know because we couldn't actually release the episode of the podcast
because it was too raucous.
Yeah.
It wasn't WWE friendly.
Yeah. So
we didn't know that when we filmed it. That there were limitations of such.
And it wasn't even that bad. But anyway,
it was just too human.
Yeah, I think that's probably it.
It really was. That was what it was.
Yeah.
And I think we did say, or you said, the C word a few times.
Did I?
But even after I bleeped that out.
Oh, okay. Maybe.
Even after I bleeped... Yeah, you did actually a few times. I went
yeah,
back to bleep you. But I went back and bleeped all of it out, and it still said it wasn't acceptable. Because there was the insinuation of words being said.
Yeah, I don't know. Whatever. Anyway, that's wrestling nowadays. But a friend of mine who has been a member of BCB since, I think, literally like a week after we opened.
Wow.
He's moving to America. He's wrestled with the WWE, and he's just
made
moved.
it.
Yeah, he's just
Making the move.
They're moving him over to Orlando.
What
he's
a freaking cool time it must be for him.
Yeah, so really exciting, but it was all kind of last minute. He knew he was going to be moving, but he didn't know an exact date.
I don't know how they don't know this. It seems like so. I was asking him the same questions, like when's it and that. He's just like, don't know. I was like, is it really like that up in the air? Like, yeah, they make decisions like literally a couple of weeks in advance. That's it.
Yeah, he said that for a while, that everything's
not even like storylines. Storylines can just change on a whim.
Yeah.
Like within a week, just something different started happening.
I guess with a lot of the storyline stuff, they're probably waiting to see what the reaction was.
Yeah, that's true.
They'll just put something out there, and then they'll be like, okay, we're going to diverge this way or that way. They've probably got like a massive like branching
one of those like
story.
big string things.
Yeah, and then there's
board.
like all these abandoned ones, and then there's just one
heel
path.
babyface matches, and then they get rewired and got.
Yeah.
So he's off out to Orlando, and
so
say goodbye.
Yeah.
So you had something to do.
Yeah, I popped over because I didn't want to leave the dog for too long because all the fireworks, and he's still only not quite 8 months. So just wanted to make sure he was going to be fine. Turns out he was completely fine. But yeah, I popped over there for a couple of hours, had a couple of beers, and then came back. And it was really nice. Played a game of Jenga with Tyler.
Rowdy.
Yeah.
Rowdy.
No, yeah. That's, to be fair though, that's what he's like. He's not like.
He is super chill.
Yeah, he's very chill.
He comes to train in the most. What would you call them? Hippie doesn't even do them justice. They're like in the Brazilian rainforest, lost for months type trousers. And he's just like, you're right. Kylie's like, just totally chilled. Cool, yeah, I'm good.
Yeah, he's really laid back, and his
super talented guy.
Yeah, his whole group of mates as well. I get on really well with all of them. Most of them, still members of BCB. But yeah, they've all got a very similar energy of just like they're just really relaxed and pretty easygoing, but also like quite. I've never. Because they're all fairly young as well. They're all pretty like supportive of each other for such a young
industry, I think, wouldn't you?
Even the ones like some of them didn't started wrestling with Tyler, but then they didn't get anywhere with it. He's the only one really that's
breakout,
actually
yeah.
But yeah, that was really good. I actually forgot how intense Jenga was. I don't know if you played it anytime soon, but it's fucking stressful. Like,
One rule we have at Christmas is no Monopoly.
oh yeah, that's
Monopoly will cause family feuds
Yeah,
that will last
it
till the next Christmas. So Jenga's a safe bet.
yeah. Jenga, I felt like there's some mutual respect because you're just out risking it all on each move, and then like you're kind of rooting for the other person and kind of not. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, I know when they've got a difficult one, you're like, what?
Yeah, and then they get it, and you're like, "Oh fuck! Now I've got to."
Yeah.
You're in the moment. You almost forget that your next move is now going to be harder because of that.
Yeah. Have you ever played Giant Jenga? Is that what you're playing?
No, just regular. I was talking about that because we almost bought Giant Jenga to do at the gym on one of like the socials. So after
It's
playing
good fun,
that,
Giant Jenga.
yeah, I might do it again. I just remember watching a video of a little toddler playing Giant Jenga. One of the like blocks just hits him square in the
That's
face.
even more reason to buy
Yeah,
it.
and I was like, yeah, that seems entertaining.
So, Giant Jenga and toddlers at BCB soon, please. That'd be fun.
yeah,
What
maybe not
else
the
happened?
toddlers.
Did you have a good Christmas otherwise?
Yeah, it was good.
What happened with your COVID family?
Yeah, if you don't remember from last time, we were all meant to be going over to Emma's parents. Emma's sister and partner was going over. My grandparents were going over, and we were all splitting the starters, desserts, mains, whatever else. But Emma's mum got COVID like the week before, and then passed it on. No, Emma's dad got COVID, then passed it on to the mum. And yeah, we didn't end up going over there. They ended up having Christmas on their own. We did me and Emma's sister and partner did the cooking, and then we took it over to them so they
Threw
had
it through the
food.
window.
Yeah.
Merry Christmas.
Yeah, so it was like we still kind of did it, and it was actually still really good. It was just a shame that it wasn't exactly as it panned out. But then on Boxing Day, she tested negative and was all right. But so she had some old tests, like they were like a couple of years old, and
That they were using?
that they were using.
Which probably don't work on the new strain.
Who knows? So
Well, no, they know.
So
it doesn't work on the new strain.
well, it was coming up, and there was just like on Christmas Day, just a faint line came up. But it was still there. You could definitely see it. And they say, like, if you can see anything, then it's not there. So then Boxing Day, did another one, very faint line again. But that was the last test. And I'm like, why don't you go and get some new fucking tests?
Yeah, they're like,
So
a fiver?
Yeah, so I got them. Did like 2 more tests, no line at all.
I'm telling you, because the old ones don't work.
I'm pretty sure
They've
if
maybe
she'd
not
have,
even had-
Yeah, I was going to say, I'm pretty sure.
So they cancelled Christmas on an old COVID test.
On multiple. Yeah. But we didn't realise until after. And we're like, what the fuck did we get
No,
new
they
ones?
don't work. They don't work with the new one.
Yeah, so probably cancelled it all for no reason.
Oh
But
my God.
I know. But, oh well, it is what it is. I still had a good time, so fuck them.
Burn the house down.
Yeah.
Just go and light it up.
Yeah, it happened. But yeah, what about you?
No, nice. I have all family over, including dogs. I had my tree. Did you see my tree?
Yeah, the freaking huge thing.
My tree room now.
Yeah, I was going to say,
Not
you've
a
got
living
no room
anymore.
for anything else.
It's just a tree room.
I do remember, I don't know if it was last Christmas or it might have been the Christmas before, your old Christmas tree lived in your garden for pretty much a year.
Oh, no, over a year.
Yeah?
Yeah.
So what's
It
going to happen with
almost
this one?
rotted away. I'm going to cut this one up with I bought a chainsaw.
Okay.
So
I was like, that's a big thing to just
yeah,
leave it in
but it
your
had to get chainsawed to get in the
Yeah.
house because when it arrived, it was still too big.
really?
Because trees in nature look smaller than when you put them in your living room.
Yeah.
It was literally lampoons.
Yeah.
Like when I was looking for squirrels in it, and so that got in, and then obviously it's nice, but it's ridiculously massive. So the whole living room had to shift down 3 feet to get everyone in. For
Good job you got
Christmas.
such a big living room.
It's such a stupid, pointless sized living room, isn't it? Really.
Yeah. Well,
I don't understand why they make them that long and stupid. Because what you're supposed to do with the other third of it,
I suppose kind of as
like
you've
what
got it,
we've done with the
yours is
table.
like,
But then why have a dining room?
dining room, living room. Yeah.
Yeah, silly. Anyway, so we got everyone. Everyone was here. Had a nice time. What else happened? Boys, Mark came over on bank holiday, and we did some bike stuff. Fitted some bits, had a fiddly whittle.
Yeah, fitted your
Fitted some
indicators.
rear indicator. Well, basically, we wired up some new rear indicators on the bike, and it looks sick.
Yeah, because it goes with the is it the brake lights also?
Yeah, so we've basically wired
Or the-
up.
or the
So
rear
I had all
tail
my
light.
brake lights and indicators in one unit on the back, which is technically not legal anymore. You're supposed to have 25 centimetres or something between your indicators, but not that they care when you go to MOT places because they're like bikers.
Yeah.
So they're like, no, you didn't have that on when you came in. We're like, no, of course I didn't.
Yeah.
And so what we've done is wired in an extra set of indicators. So now it flashes indicator on the unit and on a side indicator. And the side indicator is one that goes zoom zoom.
Yeah.
It doesn't do flash flash zoom zoom, and it's both sides. So it's got white lights on the front, yellow lights on the where the people can see you. So dual visuals, so you know where I'm turning.
Yeah.
So
Sounds good.
if you turn in front of me and I have to brake, I can now legally get off my bike and punch you in the face.
Yeah, you have to show me which ones he's got because I think I need to do that for mine because I need to get one of the what's the thing that when it goes to LEDs because it pulls too fast. Relay,
yeah.
yeah.
Relay. That's like the tenner. You just jack it in the front of the bike.
Yeah,
It's easy.
because
Literally pull out, put
I
the new
think
one in.
the backs they've changed for LEDs, but not the fronts.
It doesn't matter if they've not put a relay in and you've got any new indicators on, which will all be LED now. They'll just go blip, 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 and your whole indicator unit cries because it thinks it's running out of. Well, it thinks your bulb's burst because it's got less resistance than a normal bulb. That's why. It's quite clever, really. So if you didn't know why your indicators blinked fast when one blew, or you tried to relay, it's because there's less resistance in the circuit, which lets the system know, oh, the bulb's not there anymore. So then it makes your little indicator go tick, 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 tick to let you know. But on a bike, when you put an LED on, because that's got low resistance, it thinks the bulb's gone and it hasn't. So you just get super fast epileptic indicators.
Yeah. I can't
Bonus if you're being chased by an evil epileptic.
Yeah. It's trigger seizures.
Just trigger your signal off again.
It's like a Mario Kart special.
Yeah, it's like the green shell.
Photosensitive epilepsy is just like triggering everybody.
Yeah. So we wired up. That was a good Boxing Day, actually. A proper tinker session. And it was... Learning Chinese wiring is interesting because they're all just yellow.
Yeah. They're all yellow.
Every wire is yellow. And you just got to play guesswork. What else did I do? This one else mechanical. I refit my oxygen sensor to the BMW, so that's good to go. But the weather has... there was a freaking thunderstorm today.
I know, yeah.
That's how we started.
As we started, we left the house and we're like, oh, we're going to go off and walk. And it fucking hammered down. I was like, oh, brilliant. And then, fortunately, it dried up just as we got there.
Well, I was supposed to go up to the reservoir with Jason to do a cold dip. But I was like, I can't because I'm not ready yet. And my body's still... He went and did it anyway.
Yeah.
I think he just sent me a message. I haven't read it yet. But I saw that, when you get the little bit comes up, it tells you.
Yeah.
He put 2 minutes 30. So I guess he did 2 minutes 30 in the reservoir in the thunderstorm.
Fair play.
I know. Either that or he's dead. And that was his time of death. It's just an alert.
Yeah.
Friends of Jason Green, who perished at 2:30 p.m.
Yeah.
in a reservoir, doing the hands up in the air pose, getting struck by lightning.
No, I'm sure he's fine.
Yeah.
Yeah, I had a little bit of tinkering on my bike and I think my battery's dead, unfortunately.
Yeah,
So
I think that battery had already been killed once.
it wasn't a good battery, was it, to start with?
We're just full of information today. If you flatten out a battery and it goes below 11.8 volts, I think it is, that battery's done. Even if you desulfonate it and repair it, which I've done to that battery, nah, they're just done.
Yeah, because I had to... Because as soon as I hooked it up, it started like normally, went out for a ride, then...
Started getting a bit bumpy idles.
Yeah, the idles were just like a really slight pulsation, but didn't think anything of it at the time. I wasn't paying that much attention to it, but I was just like...
if anything.
Yeah, I was like, oh, this is unusual. And then next day, I went to take it to the gym or something. I can't remember. I went to take it somewhere. And it struggled to turn over.
Yeah.
And it just about started up. And I was like, oh, it's cold.
No.
And maybe I didn't run it for two... Because I didn't go out for very long. So I was like,
Should always fire straight.
Yeah. And...
Have you got a little thing on it that tells you what voltage they are? So you need to get that as well with the USB thing because that's super useful.
Yeah.
And then you can plug in your phone as well. Don't you have a plug-in thing for your... Didn't you get a...
It doesn't come with a voltage meter or...
Oh.
Yeah, doesn't come with anything like that.
What is it called? I always forget the name. Quad lock.
Quad lock, yeah.
So you got the wireless
wireless.
quad lock.
Yeah.
So you jack it in. Is it magnetic?
No.
Good, because they suck apparently.
Yeah, you still have to...
So twist and click it, yeah.
Yeah. It is a little bit awkward if you've got your phone-mounted landscape.
I never have my landscape.
I was messing around with it landscape just because
There's a reason I don't. I can't
the instrument
why.
cluster's more visible. Not that it matters that much, but...
Oh, mine's my wire.
Right, yeah.
Whereas
But
you
yeah,
don't have that.
yeah, I think it's quite nice to have it that way, because the little flaps that you press on,
Yeah.
you
Well, you can't get it off.
in the way. You have to go behind it to
Yeah,
do it.
yeah.
So yeah, it's a little bit flawed, but it works really well. But anyway, yeah. So seemed to flatten the battery, and anyway, so I struggled to get it started, and I was like, fuck, maybe again I've not ran it long enough. I need to take it out on a long ride. And Emma, I can't remember what day, but Emma was like, fancy getting a Nando's, so we were going to go and collect from Nando's. So I fortunately have got a nice steep drive, so I
just bump started
I
it.
bump started it, took it out.
The problem with that is, if your battery fully dies, like it did when we went to pick the bike up,
Yeah.
you're dead.
Yeah.
Like, no electric's dead.
Yeah, well, I think on the way home it was nearly at that, because
Yeah.
that's when I noticed it really,
Yeah.
the revs really going. So when I'd stop at lights, I'd have to keep the revs up because it was going like ooh, like
Oh,
feeling
hang on,
like
did
it
you
was...
check all your plugs? For your reg and all that.
Yeah. As far as I could see, everything's. I haven't had chance. Basically, the 2 times I've looked at it, both had to be quite quick.
Yeah, you need to probably look at that. So you might need a new battery, and we can't ride them anyway.
When I was at Nando's, it hammered down with rain. So I got my Nando's because I was like, oh, fuck it, I want to go out, even though it was meant to spit a little bit. Put the Nando's in my backpack. Fucking wouldn't start. Literally.
I hate that. The worst is when you're out on a great bike ride, then you get back on, and you'll hear down one of the microphones, because we all ride like older bikes because they're way more fun. And you'll hear one of the boys go, uh-oh.
Yeah.
And you know someone's on the side. But recently it's been because like dummy moves, because when you have an older bike, you have this almost anticipation that something might go wrong. So Mark once got on his and was like, oh, it won't start. And he literally hadn't turned the ignition on. He was just hitting start because his just brain had automatically gone to something's fucked.
Yeah.
He didn't even think, have I turned the bike on?
Yeah.
And then Lee did it when we were in France, and we were literally like a couple 100 miles into France. We pulled over somewhere, checked where we were going. Then we went to start again, and he was like, uh-oh, boys. And we're like, what? He's like, it was dead. And we're like, oh, frick. Hadn't put his bloody kickstand up.
Oh.
And we spent 15 minutes trying to like look at all the wiring, everything.
Yeah.
Kickstand. You know, but you just immediately think something's wrong, and sometimes, most of the time, it's not. But
Well,
it's really simple.
When I was trying to bump start it, because I'd only done it down my drive, so I just literally jump on,
Second gear.
roll it down, open up the clutch, starts up straight away, really, really easy. And I was like, oh, this is a bonus in case that ever happens, because I'd never jump started a bike before. So I was in Nando, just on Merry Hill car park.
With Nando's in
Fucking, Nando's in the backpack, running. But then as I was letting the clutch out, because it had rained, the back wheel would just lock up and spin because there wasn't enough weight. So then I was like, I tried it a few times, and I was like, I'm gonna have to try and get on as I'm running. And after a couple of attempts, I managed to do it because I was like, I'm still fairly new to the bike and just the handling, so I've never ran holding the bike before, let alone running with it and then trying to jump on it. But once I figured it out, because I thought, like, I've just got to catch it right, or maybe if I let the clutch out a little bit slower, it might, like, I don't know, might find a bit of traction, and it was having none of it. But got there in the end, and I just hopped on, started, and I was like, thank fuck for that.
Play, though.
Because I was sweating my tits off, because I'd got everything on.
Yeah, how hot
I had a fucking hot Nando's in my back cooking me from the outside.
You just became a hot pocket.
Yeah. And then you just you don't realise how much running with 170
all people
kilos.
sat in Nando's, just chilling, eating, watching this guy run up and down with a bike in the car park.
Fortunately, it's pretty quiet, so I didn't feel like too much of a tit. But it was all eventful, and I suppose I've learnt something from it. But I've got a feeling, I just don't think the battery was powerful enough from the start because it was already.
Yeah, but if you're riding it and it's not charging, that could be your reg wreck.
That's
you need to check those wires, check connections, because if they've got any corrosion in them, you just need to WD them up and put them back together.
Because wasn't that the issue?
That was the issue originally. Yeah, so you need to check them because should be the first go-to, because that was the one that screwed us on the way back home.
Yeah.
Those were just not clipped together.
Well, at first, I just assumed, maybe I've just not tightened something up all the way or whatever else. So that's kind of the first thing that I went back to. But
fingers crossed it is just the battery, because that's easy. To see.
So that was my eventful. I can't remember when that was. Just before.
Well, you have to take a spare battery back with you that's in the garage now. Try that, and if that dies as well, then
was that the original one?
I don't know. I got confused. We swapped 3 batteries out of that bike. I have no idea. It was all like freaking guess which cup it's under by the end of it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Have you got any New Year's resolutions?
Yeah, don't be around people anymore. They make you sick.
Avoid people.
Avoid people.
Yeah.
Bloody hell.
Seems reasonable.
At least I woke up on New Year's Day with no sore throat. So that for me was a win, although it's knocked all my work back and all my filming back by like 10 days. I mean, that's how long it's going to be coming up on. Yeah, nearly 10 days of this cack. Oh, also, something, if you do feel a little tickle or something coming on, smash 50,000 IUs of vitamin D. I'm also confident if I'd have known this at the time, I would have been fine.
Yeah.
50,000 IUs of vitamin D on the day you feel sick. And that's it. Just
turn
one
into the
day,
Human
one
Torch.
hit, and just fucking burn like you're eating the sun. Like a 2 weeks worth of sun in a moment. Bang. And then 30,000 IUs a day until you feel better, you can do as well.
All right.
Yep. So I've been doing 30,000. And I started that 2 days ago and I already feel better.
All right. Okay.
Yeah. But I was pissed. Because I only did 8,000.
Yeah.
Because I thought I'll double up because I'm ill. I didn't know you could go that crazy with 50.
I didn't realise you could go that high.
Obviously not supposed to do it a lot.
Yeah.
Don't do it every time. I've got sniffle 50. Don't do that. Only if you feel like shit's going round.
Yeah, is it going to cause any other stress on like
Long term, it
kidneys
would
or
cause
something,
kidney
or-
issues
Yeah,
and probably some bone density issues and stuff.
yeah, it would, wouldn't it?
Because it helps bone development in fetuses, doesn't it? And stuff like
Yeah.
that. So I'm assuming if you ploughed 50,000 vitamin D into you, so your body stopped creating its own, you'd end up with some kind of deficit.
God knows.
Something to go wrong. Don't just listen. One time hit, bang, at your own risk.
Always at your own risk.
Yes.
Everything we ever advise.
At own risk.
Yeah.
Just add that caveat. But yeah, so you can do that. Also, you can take up to 2,000 milligrams of vitamin C alongside it. And you also get the chewable vitamin C if you've got a sore throat and suck on it, because that obviously helps get the area. Gargle salt water. And then don't waste your money on freaking buttercup juice and stuff. Just drink honey and lemon. Does the trick.
Yeah. So have you got any actual New Year's
No,
resolutions?
zero. No,
Yeah.
no. Be better.
Be better.
Yeah.
Just in general.
Yeah, yeah, just in general.
Be better at life.
Be better. I was supposed to have done like numerous announcements by now, and because I got sick, I haven't been able to film any of them.
Oh shit. Yeah. Oh shit. Yeah.
Oh shit, yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, one that I thought I had another month, 2 months to go yet. No.
Yeah.
No.
Couple of weeks.
Conversation Atomic Mom will be coming your way.
Yeah.
I'm going to have to film that this week.
Yeah.
I'm going to have to. Like, literally, the universe will not give me any more time.
How are you going to manage that?
I have no fucking clue.
What have you got a plan?
Rough.
Yeah.
I'm just going to drop it.
Yeah.
I'm gonna do like a really short YouTube video,
Yeah.
like 3 minutes.
Yeah.
I've been like, there's two things I'm gonna do. One is gonna be I'm gonna chop a lot of my hair off
Yeah.
to style it in a new style, and then finish it with the atomic conversation bomb. I also haven't mentioned that I've left Gymshark.
Yeah, I was going to say, when was that?
I don't know if I was gonna. Hello everybody, I've left Gymshark.
Yeah.
Because I don't care.
Yeah.
It's like not a big deal. Like Gymshark aren't a big deal anymore in that sense. Like being part of Gymshark isn't the same thing anymore. It's not like I don't think people really give a fuck. Like it's not something you make a video about. Like
There's how many people are not with Gymshark now?
and you don't know. They're just not in their bio anymore.
Yeah.
Nobody cares.
Yeah.
There's a reason loads of us have left.
It was pretty much COVID that finished off the fun bit with Gymshark when they were doing all the events and everything else. That was like, for me anyway, as an outsider looking in, that was the really exciting part.
Yeah, and we all saw it toppling at that point. The way they were going. But it's not the same anymore. It's a conglomerate now, isn't it?
I thought what might be quite good for you in this position before you actually have some kind of association with another company is you're in a really unique position, because if you think about every other fitness influencer, they end up with a partnership or some kind of like sponsorship from a clothing company, which means that they can't be impartial. So you can't go and have some Alphalete joggers, some Gymshark joggers, some Young LA joggers, and then actually do like a real world comparison.
That'd be ruthless though, bro.
Yeah, I know, but
Yeah, true.
like what that realistically, in that if anyone's going to do it, I think you'd be good at doing that.
Yeah.
But like, surely that's something that the fitness industry, from a clothing point of view, needs, because every single person, even like smaller influencers now, have sponsorships.
Yeah, they're just sent free stuff, aren't they?
Yeah, so like,
It's always going to be a biased thing.
yeah, and again, like
they're not going to be like, hey dudes, this is off a Chinese rack with a print on it. Which is what a lot of them are now.
yeah, exactly. So it's just going to give you, I don't know, I thought that might be something that's kind of unique, and you're in a cool position to be able to do that now.
Yeah, could do.
Yeah,
Go,
and just be
go wild.
Yeah, you could just be
Go off piece with it.
Yeah, you don't belong
Be
to anyone.
rebel,
Do what you want to.
rebel against it.
Yeah, I don't
Because
know.
a lot of it is shite.
Yeah, just a completely
I can
impartial
even try
review.
the women's stuff.
Yeah, why not?
I'm like, this is no good for your balls.
Yeah. We can check if stuff's genuinely squat proof. Because how many times have you, like, it fucking pops up on my Instagram feed all the time of like stuff that's squat proof, and like, I don't think any women's leggings are.
If you've got a
legit-
booty on you, I don't think anything's squat proof. So it's squat proof if you've just started squatting and your squats are shit.
yeah, you're not hitting depth. Yeah.
Squat proof if you stood in the dark and can't squat.
I've literally seen a video of somebody saying, "Oh, these are squat proof."
And then
And then they're squatting,
you see.
and you can see through. And like, if I can see it, you've been editing this video, so you've definitely seen it.
Yeah. So you're just lying.
Yeah.
No, you're just lying.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe Maybe it'd be give you a unique angle on everything.
Hang on.
We got 3 minutes.
Yeah, Andrew Tate.
Oh.
People trafficking.
I know.
Liver King. He's dead now.
Yeah.
Yeah, died. He stopped taking steroids and died. No, he hasn't really.
He shriveled up.
But he did. He's going to turn sideways and disappear, that guy.
Yeah.
But what did we say? I said before, we're going to Liver King now. I said, and you said, he's going to use this as a PR stunt. And I said, I think we both, one of us, or I said it on when you weren't here, and then you said it when you came back.
What?
Either way, one of us said that he will go on loads of podcasts talking about his usage. Boom, done it.
Yeah.
And then, I think that's what you said, saying that he'd use it as a PR stunt. I said he will go natty next to get back all these little followers, prove that the way he eats is all that. Is exactly what he said he's going to do.
Oh, really?
He said he's now going to go natural. But I bet you his natural is TRT.
Yeah.
There's no way he's coming up. Have you seen this? His 9 tenants are 9 lots of drugs. Like, he's literally taking 9 things.
Yeah, but I don't know why anyone who believed him then he's got no credibility. He's just proven to everyone that he will barefaced lie to millions of people.
Yeah.
So what's just changed? He's just got caught lying. So why is he going to stop that? Like, there's no incentive for him to stop.
You've got to double down if you're him, haven't you? Now, you've got to eat it and double down and be like, just get the interest. Let's see if he shrivels.
Yeah.
You know that's what people are going to want to watch him for. So that's
know.
what he's doing. He's saying he's going to go natty. I'd be interested to see because he works out like a freaking... Like, listen, the dude is a savage.
He trains hard.
He's trains twice a day, kills himself. He's clearly got some... mental issues, some self-loathing going on because he has to train until he says unless he trains until he feels dead, he doesn't feel like he's done anything, and that's a mental issue. That is. And which he spoke about. He has said he was a kid who was bullied and stuff, but he can't train like that and be natty and eat the way he's eating without having some kind of massive backfire going on.
Well, he's getting sued now, isn't he?
Oh, load of nonsense.
It's not going to get anywhere.
Yeah. So
he's
getting
sued for 25 million.
Sued for 25 million by some bloke in New York, and it's just like me saying I'm going to sue him for mental damages because I've been looking at his body and I thought I could look like him eating liver. And no, the guy suing him saying that he sold, he not sold because he didn't sell anything. He's saying that he insinuated that a dangerous diet was a healthy way of living and that he followed it and as a result had detrimental and damaging effects. But at no point did Liver King say, eat like me to look like me. And at no point did he sell any kind of nutritional plan of any kind. So it's bullshit.
It's just the
It's like me
supplements
suing you
themselves.
for saying you have long hair, I have long hair, you copied my hair and now I have a soul. I feel like my identity's been stolen.
Yeah.
It's like me suing you for identity theft because you grew your hair long.
Yeah.
It's so dumb.
Yeah, I was going to say,
What
I
if he gets
I
caught?
don't think it's going to get anywhere.
What if he gets caught?
Apparently, there's people that have followed through in terms of coming forward with I started to do what he's been doing and it's made me very ill. But again, it's just so loose. The only thing I can think of is if we get some kind of benefit from it discouraging other fraudsters.
Yeah, I don't think it will though because he's not going to go to court. Nothing will happen. So basically, it's like flick boing, rubber glue. Like he's literally, I'm suing for 25 million. They're going to go, cool, no, and then nothing will come of it. So everyone will be like, so as long as I'm careful in what I say, fuck those guys.
Depends on how much money the guy who's suing has
All
got.
he's
and how
hoping
much-
for is a settlement. He's hoping, I'll sue. He could have sued for 100 million. It's irrelevant.
Yeah,
the number.
it's just
they just
random.
go stupid high so that they'll and look like I'm suing for 25 million. He'd settle for 100 grand, I bet you.
Yeah.
But Liver King, if he's got any sense, will be like, fuck no,
Yeah.
eat my giant bag of livers.
Well, if he does it, then everybody who's ever bought anything from Liver King's like, oh,
well,
I
not even
think-
that. If the courts allowed this guy's court action to go forward, they would pretty much destroy the entire supplement industry.
Yeah, it's like, I had your whey protein and got
You'd be able
diarrhea.
to sue everyone who put a muscle person on the front of their whey product.
Mm.
It's nonsense. It's absolute garbage. And well, this is what
I like that you just said a muscle person.
muscle person. Yeah, I'm gender neutral.
Yeah, just a muscle person.
That was zero to do with any political correctness. That was my brain being tired.
a muscle person. Are you a muscle person, Lex?
I think I am a muscle person. I represent the muscle people. We are the muscle people, the muscle people, the muscle people.
Do you know that? I can't remember what it was from now. Was it like a I remember seeing some like online sketch, and it's just a load of bodybuilders, and they're just like protein.
Oh, it's on the beach.
Yeah, what is that?
Protein. You like protein, I like protein.
Yeah.
What was it advertising?
I don't remember.
It had Carly Muscle in it and some other bodybuilders, didn't it? That was what it was. No.
Yeah, like
What the
Ricky
hell
Piano,
was
I
that
think.
advertising?
I don't know.
It can't have been protein.
I hope it was protein.
Because it was taking the
Protein.
piss.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was just a lot of bodybuilders agreeing that they like protein and drinking lots of big jugs.
Yeah. So, the other big news is about Andrew Tate getting arrested for like human trafficking.
Yeah.
And this
So-
someone else said for rape as well. Or something like that.
I think they're just throwing words in now. But he called, didn't he? Didn't he say that he thought he would be pulled in? Because it's all to do with Epstein, isn't it? Something to do with that.
I
that
don't
whole
know. I've not
circle
looked
of
into
people.
it, to be honest.
To do with all that circle of people.
Yeah.
And the trafficking thing that went on. And as smart as he thinks he is, he was dumb enough to have pizzas delivered to him whilst he was doing I think he was doing a video to that Greta, whatever she's called.
Thunberg, yeah.
Greta Thunberg, talking about, I don't know, basically you have an argument with a teenager for starters, what
yeah.
you're doing, and then he has pizzas delivered in front of the camera onto his desk with the address of the pizza place on the front of them, so that they looked at the video and went, oh, he's in Romania, because that's where that pizza place is. And so then they just went and got him.
Apparently, it wasn't because of the pizza boxes. Somebody said it was, and then apparently it wasn't.
Multiple news reporters have said that now.
Yeah, I know, but apparently it wasn't. I don't know whether I don't know whether that's actually
Just
true, 'cause
lying to us
apparently
all?
they knew he was in there anyway. They literally just needed to know if he was actually in this specific house,
Yeah.
which is like a room that he records in.
Yeah.
Very
But
frequently.
either way, they still use the pizza box. That's fresh delivery. Go, go, go. Also, check what pizzas he's got, because I'm hungry.
Yeah, get there quick before he has too much. But I'm not a fan of Andrew Tate, even though he pops up on my fucking YouTube
He's
feed.
everywhere.
Yeah. Well,
he's
apparently,
paying for it though, isn't
apparently, what he was doing though, there's like some kind of scheme where other people.
No, he hired other people
Yeah.
to spam him on Reddits and everything like that. So he basically hired people to make accounts to talk about him. It's clever. He had a whole, God knows how many people he hired to do it, and all they did was post his shit and like big. It's clever.
Yeah, and because I'd never heard of him like maybe a year or two ago,
No, nothing.
and it's strange, isn't it? How like even now you can still have these like crazy like people just pop up.
They just
Like the Liver King as well, same kind of thing.
But
It was
same
a
thing.
completely manufactured.
Tate had money, King had money. God knows how much they pumped into it.
Yeah.
Because for them, they've got a massive, a massive amount of expendable asset, but the benefits, because they have a team running it, will outweigh that asset anyway. So if you have 100,000 to burn, in the knowledge that you might make 500,000, or even if you'd only make 200,000, if you got 100,000 to burn, you'd risk that. It's like making a bet.
Yeah.
But if you're willing to lose 100k, then you would put it into everything. And if you hire the right people, and that's a lot of money, so that amount of money should be able to hire the right people to do the right job. And then, you've seen it twice, Liver King and Tate.
Yeah.
I think Tate will just be released with zero evidence of anything going on. And
Yeah.
he'll just use it to just skyrocket even further.
Yeah, I've kind of got a feeling. I don't know whether he has or hasn't, and obviously fuck him if he has. But I'll fuck him anyway.
can't-
I don't like him, but
I don't like him. I don't dislike him. I'm just Switzerland with him. I watch him with no feeling. Other than some of the stuff he says, I think, well, that's dumb. And other things he says, I read between the lines and I'm like, yeah, you've got a point.
yeah, I've heard him say things that make perfect sense, and some things are good, and then other stuff is just
But
like
he'll just end it with something dumb.
Yeah.
Won't he just won't stop at that point where you're like, yeah, and then he'll say something silly. and
yeah,
you're
it's like
oh.
something weird or sexist for no real reason.
The
I'm just
women
like,
are property thing was the dumbest.
yeah,
Just
yeah,
like,
you know. But also, same kind of thing with Liver King. Some people are like, oh, but he said this and he said that. I was like, yeah, but you'd be really hard pressed to find somebody who everything that they say is shit. Like they at least have some good points.
Yeah,
Do you know what I
that's
mean? I'm sure like fucking Hitler like had some points that were like, you know.
There's a few. There's
he
got to
might
be
like-
some points that if you had a conversation, you were just like, you took away who said it, and then you just like, oh, that's a game. So you just get like statements made,
Yeah.
and then you have to say, do you agree with this statement?
Yeah.
But you just slot some in there from,
Yeah.
from
I really
some,
like houseplants.
Steve Irwin will say some. You'll have some nice ones in there, and every so often you just slot one in from like Hitler or Stalin,
Yeah.
and it's like, oh yeah, that sounds good. You're like, you just agreed with Hitler.
Yeah.
You're like, oh no.
Yeah, because realistically, there's going to be very few people who all of their views across all possible topics you're going to disagree
suck.
with.
No,
Or they're going to be blatantly stupid. So yeah, I don't think that excuses people like the Liver King and Andrew Tate when you just
Yeah, because even Hitler was for sports.
yeah,
Enjoyed good Olympics.
Yeah,
Have you
exactly.
seen him tweaking on meth at the Olympics?
Oh, yeah, I've seen loads of videos about that recently.
If you haven't seen it, go on YouTube and just type in Hitler tweaking.
He was on shitloads of drugs.
He's got a gun in his hand. He's at the Olympics and he's fully tweaking. Like he's no clue where he is.
Yeah.
And apparently though, he dosed up. Look, they dosed tons of their military up with these amphetamines, which is why they were just so savage. They were just robots like in there, television to the death.
Yeah, scary, isn't it? That the idea.
I
of,
think
like,
more than just he did it though. I think it's done throughout the Eastern Bloc quite regularly.
Yeah, but I think as well, like, what the fuck was going on with these doctors that were just like,
It's Hitler. If you say make do this, you give him whatever makes you do that.
yeah. Do you reckon it? But who do you reckon? Because like,
Well, look, all the stuff they're
them
experimenting on.
controlling his pharmacology actually has quite a lot of influence
if
on
you
him.
think
And
they were like,
yeah, do you
twisting the
reckon?
pharma- someone behind the scenes.
Yeah, it was like, oh, we can push this up higher.
Because
Like,
they used to dose him with testosterone before speeches and stuff, didn't they?
Exactly. Yeah.
And they're just going, yeah, it's good. Yeah.
Imagine all of the side effects that he was like dealing with.
Yeah,
though.
crashing down afterwards and stuff as
Yeah.
well. That's probably when he decided to just murder everyone. Just in a rage. Just in an estrogen rage.
Yeah, because like, genuinely, like, I wonder if he was just, if he had no drug exposure, whether he would
wouldn't have been the same.
whether like he still obviously had fucked up views, but
Yeah, but he wasn't. I don't think he. You might be onto something because he was not any kind of leader when he was younger. He was like in the background of these like.
because he'd have lost
was quite a loner,
what's
apparently.
the word, like the presence,
Yeah. Because that was what he
charisma.
was, wasn't he? He was good talk. But you think about that, it's Iron Man when they have what's he called, the Mandarin, and it's an actor playing the Mandarin. Hitler was the Mandarin.
Yeah, it
We've
was the
just worked it
doctors.
out.
Well, some of the doctors were obviously doing all kinds of fucked up experiments.
Yeah, because they were testing on them, weren't they, to see what the human body was capable of dealing with. There was some messed up experiments. Isn't it mad that some of those were still? Because some of those people were still in like living around normal lives up until like last year, where they were dying at like 92 and just gone, and they were never caught.
Yeah, and but
Happy New Year, everybody!
yeah, how the hell have we ended up on this? But how many of those kind of really completely unethical experiments have actually massively forwarded
Probably
our understanding
Yeah,
of like
yeah.
medicine nowadays?
But at least in some way, their suffering wasn't for nothing. I hope.
Yeah, but it's still fucked that it had to go down like that.
Twisted. What's more fun than talking about Hitler's scientific experiments?
Yeah,
So
this
it's
is
lightened
not a
up-
very New Year'sy topic.
Lightened it.
Are you actually making any changes? I
No.
know you said you haven't got any New Year's resolutions, but is there anything that you're like? I know you want to just get better right now. I'm
I'm just
starting
going to get
a new
better at
training
what I
plan.
didn't get better at before.
Yeah.
Because it didn't. I got good with the ice bath bit for a little bit, but with the ADHD, I get good at everything for a short amount of time. And that's the problem. If you took like a light on a piece of string, and that was like the concentration for an ADHD brain, and you spin that string really quick at the beginning, it makes a really perfect circle. And then as it runs out of steam, it just makes incoherent squiggles as it comes to a stop.
Yeah.
That's an ADHD concentration span line.
Yeah.
So that's like a weak span line for my brain. It's like, yay! So I've got to get back into I wanted to get back straight into the ice baths over Christmas, but I couldn't because I got sick and I read up on it. It's actually not good to do it. So that'll be the first thing I get back into. I already have loads of videos. Well, I'm editing one now for the worst pain, so that has to go up tomorrow. I was supposed to be up today, but I literally tried editing yesterday. I just couldn't do it. I got through like 5 hours and got 20 minutes of work done. My head was just going, whoa, whoa. Room kept doing the spinny thing because my sinuses just kept cracking up. Every time I try and blow my nose, the room would just go shink. And then it would, as the pressure released in my ear, it'd squeak back to centre, so it'd just go all the way back round. I was like, this is ridiculous. And then just by like 10:30, I was nodding. I was like, I can't even stay up for New Year. And I just like, I'm going to listen to my body and go to bed.
Yeah.
Because I tried not to. So today again, I've got that edit 60% done. I'll get that finished tonight, get that up. Then I've got my I've got my bike edit because I wanted to do an edit where we show the new BM because you guys haven't seen that yet still. Yeah. And then the weather has literally been so bad every single day that we haven't even been able to go on a day ride. And we've tried. And we've been looking at the weather for like 3 weeks non-stop.
Yeah.
And it's not one day has given us a break. Even today was supposed to be kind of clear, thunderstorm.
Yeah.
And tomorrow was supposed to clear. I'm guessing it's not now. But I can't ride if my sinuses are all off. Anyway. It's not worth the
definitely
risk.
not. No, not at
So
all. You
I've
just
got-
all of a sudden lose your balance.
Yeah.
It's like, oh.
So I've got that idea. I'll be able to edit 80% of that video, but then the end of it has to be out on the ride because it's me changing the exhaust on it. And so I haven't even been able to enjoy, because I was saving it for video, to ride it with the new exhaust on. I still haven't.
No.
So if you were going to ride today, I was going to go out on that. But obviously I said, no way. And then it thunderstormed.
Yeah, well, I've got no issue. I didn't have any problems with the bike at that point. I hadn't realised.
So, what else do we need to do for New Year's? What do we need to do? Well, I just got loads of stuff that I'm planning on launching in Feb. Some cool bits. So I have to get my ass in gear for that, as well as all the other shit that's going on that you know about that they don't yet. And I'm moving.
Yeah, you're moving house.
Yeah, trying to downsize.
Yeah.
Make things a bit more sensible, because the electricity thing and all that's just nonsense at the moment. And then deciding whether I want to be in the UK anymore. There's a whole other thing.
Yeah.
Because I've got to start thinking about that over the next 2 years. Like, right, where do we want to be? Because my sister just built a house out in Bali, which I was supposed to be out over Christmas, but couldn't go. And it's like, they're just sending me videos of where they are. I'm just like, ugh.
Is it good?
Sickeningly nice.
Yeah.
Yeah. And when you're out there, it's like 20p a day to live.
Yeah. It is ridiculous, isn't it?
Somebody put up their Thailand bill for the month for living in Thailand. Their phone was £5 a month for full unlimited hotspotting, Wi-Fi, the whole data, the whole shebang, 5G. £5 a month. Their water for, I don't know, was it the month or was it like a few months, like quarterly? This was like £3.20. £3.20. Their electricity bill was £7 something for the month. And they just put at the bottom, it is not happening everywhere, don't believe the bullshit. And then you just think, because, I mean, that is literally how much it costs them to live out there. Their entire expenses for all like our major commodities out here, like water, gas, electric, phones, internet, theirs came to like under £40 for the entire month.
Yeah.
Why are we here?
It is mad, isn't it?
My council tax alone is 6 times that.
Yeah, I think it's obviously it's the jobs there though. If you're in a position where you can earn,
we can earn English money and live there.
Yeah,
so-
but not a lot of people can. That's not. I don't think that's the easiest thing.
But that's the great thing, isn't it? You don't have to worry about other people.
Yeah.
Because it's you and your life.
Yeah.
So that's where I'm at. So my New Year's thing this year is I really need to knuckle down on where I want to be, what I want to do, and get my own stuff launched that was, been held up for whatever reason. Because of limitations of the contracts and things that don't exist anymore, I can do other things. So
Freedom.
I'll tell you what else we're trying to get into: crypto mining
Oh, with
Gisel.
Jason.
Yeah, we're looking at some options.
Yeah.
And some investors on that. So that might be fun. But it's a gamble, it's a risk.
Yeah, I don't understand it enough really to.
Basically, you put a machine on a blockchain, it goes and then finds we're not doing Bitcoin, but it finds coins.
Yeah,
then-
some form of cryptocurrency.
Yeah, it's on this thing called a hash rate, which limits. So you couldn't just put a massively powerful machine on there and just mince the whole thing. There's a thing called a hash rate, and that limits the amount of coins that can be found in certain time frames. So if you have a bigger, more powerful machine, it'll just run more efficiently. Because the idea of them is how much does it cost you to run it a day, plus versus how many
coins
coins
how much do
is
you
it?
get?
How much coinage is it finding?
Yeah,
in
because the
return?
electric might cancel out the.
Yeah, and once your electric cancels out that, then they're pointless machines, which a lot of them are becoming now outdated.
Yeah.
And so they're costing more to run than they are finding, because more powerful machines are coming onto the blockchains, which is increasing or lowering the hash rate. Either way, it makes it makes the amount being found harder. So then they're running for the same amount of time but finding less coin. So now they're not giving out the same profitability.
I don't really understand how
Basically, if
and
it costs you
why
£5 to run the machine a day and it's finding £40 worth of coins a day, you're printing money.
The bit that I don't get is where the fuck is the crypto coming from? It's not like it's a natural.
No, it's in an algorithm, isn't it? So they're in a blockchain. They're mining. You have to mine for the coins, and that's done on an algorithm.
Yeah, that's the bit I just can't really
with
understand.
Bitcoin, once all the Bitcoin's mined, there is no more Bitcoin. So that means that Bitcoin that's in the marketplace is all there will ever be. Some of the other coins might not be like that. They might
some of
have
them are.
more that's allowed to be made. But so once Bitcoin's mined, once it's all done, that'll be the whole lot in exchange. So then it'll be, where's it at, who's holding what value and things is being released. So that'll be interesting when it happens. But at the moment, it's pretty much, if you own a mining machine, yes, you're stacking coins whilst you're mining, but the idea is the machine is making you money. Your money's in the machine. And then when things get high, you get to like peaks of the market, whatever, you've stacked coins all the way until the peaks arrived. So now you've got coins and machines of value. So you can either leverage the value of the machine, sell the machines or whatever, sell all the coins off, do whatever, and run it over multiple exchanges so that you're not limited on how much you can sell in one go and stuff like that.
Yeah, I get that. I still can't really understand the process of the actual mining of the coins. Surely,
It's a mathematical algorithm which makes it. So I think what the machines do is work out the algorithm that. So the maths of the algorithm, the machine has to break that down to get through barriers, and then there might be stuff behind those barriers, or there might not. It's basically randomized mining. Yeah,
Right.
I think it's basically solving a shitload of equations
Complex,
in essence, in different find different avenues, and and when it gets to one answer that's effectively a coin, then that's lame. That's like breaking down into like dummy terms. It's
Yeah.
obviously way more complicated than that. But the things is like in the blockchains, it's the maths that goes into those that protects the value of coins, because it stops them being mined too easily or whatever and all that, and the hash rates and everything. So it is like the thing at the moment is there's a big crash, because they've done what the banks did in 2016, where they've lent money against. So basically, one company's owned another company, overvalued the other company it owns, and lent itself money off the back of that company, like by times 9. And then when that's been found out, that's obviously caused a market crash, because everyone's like, "Oh, that's all lies. All that value
that's not there.
all that you say you own, you don't. It's lies."
Yeah.
Which is what the banks did. Was it 2016 or something?
Yeah, whenever it
same
was.
thing, exactly the same trick.
Yeah.
So now what that means is regulations are going to have to come into crypto, which is what's happening. And when that happens, that means that all exchanges will be monitored. So all companies will have to prove that they have the value that they claim to have. They'll have to prove it. They'll have to show where it is.
Yeah.
That makes it safer. That also means that then hedge funds will be able to invest in crypto, and they reckon there's 9 billion in hedge funds ready to drop in. So when it does become regulated,
Yeah.
there's going to be a big influx. So this will be like the biggest dip we'll see for a long time, with a
Yeah, 'cause
peak
it's
afterwards.
really low, isn't it, right now?
Yeah, and the only time we've seen this before is when Bitcoin was like at its beginning, and then obviously crypto started to take off, and we got a huge rise going from £300 a Bitcoin to 45,000, whatever, $60,000 it went to, didn't it? So we'll never see that again, but this is going to be the closest too, because there's been a big crash,
Right.
and this is the big crash where regulation will come in, because you can't have regulation coming again.
Yeah.
There's only going to be this one time where regulation slots itself in properly. So this is why there's the risk, but there's also the chance that this market could times 20 when the regulation comes in. So, even if it only times 10, for every £10 you've got, you get 100 back.
Yeah, it's just a gamble, isn't it? I suppose there's always because there's so many different coins as well, and they're not all going to be.
You see, if you
on the same
invest in machines that are mining coins, so if you invest in the machine, when the market goes up, the machine values go up. When the market's down, machine value's down. So
rules. Oh yeah, because this was
they're
what
only
Josh was
making
saying.
less.
He doesn't actually physically have the machines. He's got them
they're
over
over
in America or
because
something.
it's cheaper to run them there than it is here, because their electricity costs are different. So yeah, when the market's down, the machine value's down, because it's the coin it's finding is worth less.
Yeah.
So yeah, when you do the machine side of it, yes, you don't make as much, because you've not like invested, I don't know, 20k in a single coin, but you're finding amounts of those coins as you're going along over the year or whatever, as the market's slowly creeping up, and then when it goes ching, those coins that you've stacked in the background, they suddenly become more valuable alongside the machines. So yeah, it's not like, so it's a little bit, at least you own something that's hardware.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then another company, though, just went under because they over-leveraged on machines. So it was a multi-billion-pound mining company, went under, but that was because that they borrowed money from FTX. Stick with me here. FTX is one of the exchanges that went under. They borrowed money from them to buy machines that then became less profitable, so they weren't even making the money to pay the loan back on the machines themselves, so had to file for bankruptcy. So basically over-leveraged themselves in some really dumbass manoeuvres, probably because whoever was over-leveraging still paid themselves millions and didn't care whether the whole thing collapsed, or knew it was going to collapse because they were probably in on the scheme. So people are obviously now put off from buying machines as well because they've just seen a mining company also go under because an exchange went under. But the smaller mining companies aren't linked to the big exchanges and they're all self-funded. So they're holding their own value in their own companies. Whereas these ones were leveraged to value held within the companies, the exchange which collapsed. So it basically,
Kind of followed you.
Basically, crypto is a good time to get in now.
Yeah.
If you've got some expendable money, it's a good time to get in. But I wouldn't do Bitcoin. You can do Bitcoin; it's the safest one, but you're going to make the least on it because it's dropped. But yes, it's not dropped like as low as some of the others. Whereas things like Ethereum, Litecoin, and then some of the other smaller coins, they're going to go from like 1,500 to maybe 5,000. Whereas Bitcoin's probably going to go from up to maybe 40. So it'll maybe do 3 times, whereas the smaller coins will do 5 times, 4 or 5 times.
So I suppose if you're somebody who regularly gets scratch cards or regularly does a lottery and you're spending a $5 a week or something.
Yeah, put that into some Bitcoin or Ethereum, whatever. Yeah, chuck it into a crypto thing.
Yeah.
And you don't even have to have your coins on the market. You can keep them in a thing called a warm wallet, which is where you actually pull your coins off the market. So they if that goes, you still have them. They don't hold your coins.
Right.
So you don't even have to have them on their exchanges. You can just pull them off whenever you want. Everything that is going to make you money is a gamble.
Yeah.
Nothing is safe. So if you don't feel safe doing anything like this and you don't have money to lose, do not do it. But there are times where we are given opportunities. If you just take a little bit of a leap, yes, you might. I've been bitten in the ass by crypto in a big way. I've lost 20k on it with the crash, maybe more. But I never, if I'd have been smart, I would have made 30,000 if I'd have just pulled it out.
Yeah.
But because I didn't know anything about it really, and people were just like, stick it in and leave it, that's what I did.
Yeah.
And it was going up and up. I was like, oh, that's really good. And then I lost all of it because it went then below what I bought it at. But in those peaks where it was up, I should have just taken the profit.
Yeah.
I should have just sold it and taken the profit and sat back because nobody loses money by taking profit. So if I was smarter, I would have even made money in what I've done now than lose it.
But if you've got it still, right, though, you haven't sold it now.
No, it's still sat there.
So then I suppose if you hang on
If
to
it goes back up, it'll go back up, yeah. And that was always my goal, was just to leave it in. But I could have scooped off 30k.
Yeah, waited for it to crash now
And
put
bought
30k back.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
And made, poof.
Yeah, an insane
If it
amount
goes
more.
up and you've put 30k in, it goes 20 to 25 times.
Ooh. Spicy.
Yeah. It's a chance, but if you've got a couple of £100 or £1,000 or something to throw into something, then, that could end up being worth 20. Which for a lot of people make a big difference.
Yeah, I've got a friend who is a blockchain coder. I don't know, and he's actually ended up being a bit of an authority in terms of like he did lots of like wrote a lot of articles about it, and he said like he did it as he was learning about it.
Let's
and
get him on.
Yeah, he's actually
That'd be interesting.
He's got some wild stories as well.
We could help people. We could help people invest.
So he's not like he says he's not the biggest fan of cryptocurrency because of the instability in it. The blockchain is all the coding that's in the background, and there's loads of other things that it can do for security and things like that. He's explained it to me a couple of times.
It's not. It is complicated. Whilst it's still complicated, that's the time you can make money. If everybody understands it, nobody's making money anymore.
Yeah, exactly.
So this is the time when things are new, when things are a bit volatile, when things aren't understood, is when you get advice and just have a bit of a bash.
Yeah. So I think we probably should get him on. It's not a New Year's resolution, but in terms of for the podcast, I want more consistency, but I want to for both of us.
We've done all right, mate.
We have done good.
Done all right.
But
we do need more. We need to shorts back.
Yeah.
We need to have our interactivity back. So let's make some resolutions for the podcast.
Yeah.
So we will be posting questions to have you guys interact and be doing question answer things again. So that will be a weekly feature.
Yeah.
I'll do it on my Instagram and we'll do it on our YouTube as well because we can do shorts on there, can't we? So we can go 2 sides.
Yeah.
So we'll try and.
We will do the CREWCast event this year as well.
Yeah, well, we actually did put forward to do it, but we couldn't get the logistics right, could we?
No, but we'll just if people can't make it, then they can't make it. We're just gonna work out some dates that are the most convenient.
Even if it works out with 5 people and us having a meal, that'll be sick.
Yeah. I just want to get something done. I speak to too many people now through the CREWCast that I don't know. I don't feel like I've let them down, but like they're like, oh, this is still going to happen, and
Yeah.
I want to just make it happen. It's something that's good, and for both of our points of view,
We should
you see
both
us.
both be more realistic when we say yes to something because we're yes people.
Yeah.
So we want to do whenever we've wanted and failed.
Mm.
If we truly have wanted to do something and we've absolutely not figured the fact that we wouldn't have time to do it
Yeah.
or the capability to set it up.
Yeah.
It's just because we get excited about stuff and we're like and then we don't think about logistics.
Well, that's what I'm trying to do now, because even so we're going to be getting Imran back on because everyone loved
That's is
Imran.
that next.
It'll be the week after, I think.
Cool. So the next 2 weeks.
And I'm just like putting forward dates now. So I'm happy to take over in terms of like I'll say, look, we want to do this at this time. Can you do it?
Yeah.
Yes or no, and then just go with it. That because I can't be wishy washy with stuff, and I can't leave things like just open. It's just too hard being busy, and that's why so much shit was slipping over the last, like, especially the last couple months, just because things got busier, and because we got used to having a bit of wiggle room with everything, things would crop up and they're like, oh shit, now I can't get it in now.
Yeah, no, we need less excuses than we're doing.
So I'm happy to do that. We're just going to have to be a bit more ruthless with it. But yeah, I want more guests on as well. I really like the interaction and the change of
But I
dynamic.
think we're lucky.
when
We've
got
got
a guest
Jason
on.
down the road now, so we can pop him in whenever we feel like it, and he's always happy to jump on, and he's always doing something silly.
Yeah.
So that's always fun.
We need to get Mitch back on as well.
Yeah, Mitch. Oh, Mitch has good news as well. I'm just editing a video with him now. He's already announced it anyway, so I'm going to say it on here because you'll see it before. He's basically got a whole new venue, and it is not just a massage place. He's creating his own facility. So there's going to be full gym in there. He's going to have multiple massage rooms, and he's also looking to get saunas and cold plunges.
That's sick.
And so we're going to be developing that over the next year, and hopefully we'll be able to do some things together there, and maybe hold some stuff at his place, like a little kind of like
Fitness
mental retreat day thing.
Ah,
Yeah, it'd be cool. So we have in the background still been working diligently. Just got to kind of channel it.
Yeah.
Oh, also, I'm now fat and shit because I've not trained for like ages. I've not taken my TRT properly for like 2 months now.
Yeah.
I've had to restart it. Oh, really? So this month I will be launching my dad bod style thing. Like, you know how everyone... Because there's that really irritating point where people are like, oh, the dad bod's a new body. I'm like, well, I'm dad age.
Yeah.
So, no.
Yeah.
I'm going to show, obviously, that over the last few weeks, things have gone to shit with being sick and everything like that, and how it affects the way you look. I'll be like, here's me 3 weeks ago, here's me now after flu. Yeah, it sucks. And then just be like, okay, so we're going to get back on this, and it's going to be the challenge of, having all the workload and everything going on, and still getting in shape. And I will be committed. And because I'm just going to be doing it handheld a lot of the time. No stupid fancy edits. I'm not putting pressure on myself for all that. It's just going to be fucking information and me being honest.
I've told you this before, mate. I like the raw content. Like, most people don't notice the edits. Like,
No.
do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's nice, and you as a creator, you want to make it look good. But I think the people that actually really enjoy your stuff, I don't care.
You just want content.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, I always would prefer frequency or consistency over it being
Elaborate.
Yeah, being elaborate. Because again, if I'm watching because of the person, I'm not watching because of what transitions they've used in the music and
that is very true.
stuff like that.
That is
So
very true.
I've also got another potential guest, but I need to talk to you about this one. It's going to be a complicated one, so I'm not going to say it here.
Is it the bodybuilder woman? Can we get her still?
I'll talk to you about it. Later.
Oh, we've got a few cool people.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
So there's multiple that we could potentially sort out. So I want more guests on.
Well, look,
next
tell us.
year.
Give us ideas.
Yeah. Tell us.
You
Let us
have
know.
that interaction with us. So literally, messages, wherever you're watching. If you're watching this on Spotify, can you leave a message on Spotify? I will try on this one. If you scroll to the bottom of Spotify, there should be something where you can leave us. I'll just literally put it. It's a question. You'll see it on mine and say, what do you want to see? And you can literally just tell us. And you can leave answers.
I want to do the live podcast as
Yes,
well.
we have to do that. So we've set up a
What number are we on?
97. So we got end of January is our 100th.
Yeah. So it'll be the one after.
will that be the Imran one?
It'll be the one after, I think.
Oh.
Yeah.
So I have to get someone on fun for that.
I don't know whether if we're doing a live one, I think the live just being the live is enough. We need to make sure everyone we are going to be doing a live one. It's going to be the end of the month. It's going to be episode 100.
Okay.
Are we going to do this live on?
Well, we've set up our Twitch already.
Because you can do lives on YouTube as well.
You can, yes.
Yeah.
Well, logistics. We'll look at them and see
Yeah.
what needs to be.
Well, even if we've got like 12 phones all around
That's
us.
all I need. We've got to Nokia 3310s. Just chatting around the place.
Yeah, just a single pixel here, a single pixel there, and we're just talking to each other.
Oh dear.
So yeah, more guests. Gonna actually do the event. It's going to happen.
Yeah.
Better consistency. Maybe even we'll get these fucking t-shirts that everyone's been asking us for a million years as well.
Yeah, so. Well, that's easily enough done because I need to also move my ass on what I wanted to do with my line of stuff. And now we're through the Christmas period, I can start cracking on with that.
Yeah.
So anyway, I hope you've all had a great Christmas and New Year.
Yeah.
Hope nobody's suffered from this awful man flu that's going around. Although it's hit every single person we know from north to south.
Yeah, I've somehow, I think I had it like a month or two ago because I've been around everybody who's been ill and somehow avoided it.
Two of the people up north I know literally got hit with it yesterday and today. Mm-hmm. So it's just doing the rounds.
Yeah.
So vitamin D, 50,000 IUs, eat the sun if it does tickle you. And then what else can you do other than that? I think just vitamin C, 2,000 milligrams a day, and stay hydrated. Electrolytes, get electrolytes in, especially if you get night sweats. When I get sick, I get night sweats. That's my body's response to any sickness. Yeah. Sweat it out. Apparently, as long as you don't have a fever, jump in a sauna as well. That can really help kill it off. 20 minutes in the sauna. Yeah. 20, 30 minutes. We've got to be in there for 20 minutes.
The only trouble is if you're in a sauna and you are ill, you might just spread that to everybody else.
I think that heat kills it, though. I don't think anything can survive in a sauna. At 90 degrees...
No idea.
I think it pretty much murders everything. I think you're all right. Because I used to think that, but then...
I suppose it depends if you're in there with the person, breathing on them.
Yeah, just don't lick anyone in the sauna, you'll be right.
Yeah, don't...
Try and go in when there's no other people in there. Yeah. Or people you just don't like.
Yes.
And then lick them and rub them and everything.
Yeah, invite all the people you don't like for a sauna night.
Yeah.
That's the thing.
Yeah, and just lick all their water bottles. So leave the sauna first, lick all their water bottles, and then just smile nicely as they all go off to their man flu doom.
You know the saunas where you pour the water on there?
Oh,
just
yeah.
spit
in it.
Vaporise. That's to everybody.
So you go enjoy your vaporising doom. I hope you've had a good start to 2023. It is here, and this is season 3 of the CREWCast. So season 1 was like when I started it with just random people, and so season 2 was when we started this one. And so we're technically to season 2 of ours, but season 3 overall. So there we go.
That was complicated.
Woo! Leave behind what was bad, bring forward what was good, and we'll catch you in the next one.
Toodle pip.
Toodle pip.